Hallelujah. The Bible talks about this. A lot of people, look at the scripture and they'll see it and they're like, well, they don't believe that. But 2 and 20, Acts chapter 2 and verse number 20.
The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before that great and glorious day of the Lord comes.
I would like you all to see something. Go to the book of Genesis real quickly. I don't know if you know, but the way God operates, He operates in show and sign. And there's always a sign that He shows to get an indication, especially for the people. Amen. We know the Bible tells us that warning comes before what? Now, you'll see something here in the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and 14. All right? Genesis 1 and 14.
And God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night.
So let there be light to divide the day from the night.
And let there be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
He said, now I'm going to create something so I can show you. Say that again? Start over now.
And God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years.
So he said, I'm going to set up a solar system in which you'll be able to get signs from. I want to show you signs in there. Now, it's not by coincidence that when Jesus, when he was coming, he put himself in the body and came on the earth, he said, how do wise men find it? By a star. So he said it was something in the sky that was an indication that I could find him. So God used, He operated signs. But I want to say on this, and we're going to deal with the blood moon and where we are in this hour. But I also want to tell you something. Go to the book of, we're going to start at Psalms, because I want to deal with the people, and we're going to deal with these 400 years, because these 400 years of that people, or we have been in a spiritual Egypt, and they're stinking. I know the Lord, y'all bear with me, and I know no sniffle there. So I want to say that go to the book of Psalms first. There was a particular people that Jesus loved, and a particular people that He chosen. And because of their disobedience to God, something happened. And it was prophesied in the book of Genesis. It's talking about Genesis chapter, I think 16, 13, it talks about a 400-year period in which the Hebrew people will be enslaved in Egypt. And there's a different type of Egypt that we live in now, and it's called spiritual Egypt. And that is America today. And I want to show you that from the scripture, but I want to take it slow. Go to the book of Psalms 122. There was a specific place on this earth that God chose, and with that place He chose the people. Read. 122 and 1.
I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. Our feet shall stand within our gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is compact together. Whither the clouds go up, the clouds of the Lord, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of the Lord.
So you see that Jerusalem was considered like the house of the Lord, and with that holy city, in fact, we had a holy people that was considered part of the city. Of course, that we know is considered Israel, the Israelites, or the Hebrew people today. Amen. Is that with me? Go to the book of Amos. And God loved this city so much that the world today, anybody know what the capital of the world is? Jerusalem. Jerusalem is still the capital of the world because of it. But this is the thing. You know, people, scientists, they agree with it. You know, everybody that's out there that really agree the Bible is still called Jerusalem the capital of the entire world because this specific place, this specific city, God chose this to be a holy city, and he had people that was associated with this city. All right? Now go to Amos chapter 3 and 1.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Hear the word the Lord has spoken against the children of Israel.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
So he said, out of every family in the entire world, there was a specific family that God dealt with. Out of the entire world, he said, there's one particular family that I'm going to deal with, and those, in fact, were the ones that he put in Jerusalem. Y'all follow me? Now, read on.
Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So he said, simply because, now, we know that the children of Israel, they went against God. God made a covenant with them, and when they got to Africa, they started doing all type of crazy stuff. Started doing what the Africans did, so now they were worshiping stones and idol gods and all the different things like that. So, you know, let me tell you this, everybody in this room, we're not African Americans. Number one, you're not African American. You are, in fact, from the lineage of Israel. And, you know, what happened was when they were in Jerusalem, AD 70 is when they fled Jerusalem because of the destruction that was going on there. And, you know, from the America, 1948, they say that Jerusalem was restored, which is a lie, because Jerusalem won't be restored until it comes out of heaven. That's the only time the restoration of Jerusalem will take place. But, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but that's not the restoration of God. That's not the restoration. The restoration actually goes to the book of Revelation. This is the restoration of Israel, or the Holy City. Now, people have lied and said that Israel was restored in 1948, which isn't true. What happened was they had to replace people over there. The people that's over there now, that they call them Jews, they're not the real Jews. So because they took the real Jews and placed them somewhere else, they had to put somebody else over there and live it and make them seem like they're Jews. So the ones over there that call themselves Jews now, they're not the real Jews. The real Jews are in America. The blacks in America that they call African Americans. And they say that from the Christian name. All right, read. 21, and start at 1.
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven.
So you see that? The New Jerusalem came out of heaven. The New Jerusalem did not, when they say that they restored, and of course that's a sign, them building the third temple is just a sign of the end time. When they were trying to start, they were starting last year or something like that. But that's just a sign, showing you what time we're living in. But that's not the restoration of Jerusalem or the restoration of Israel. All right. What else do you have before you? Hey, now, let's go to Deuteronomy. Go to Deuteronomy. So I can show you this. And and I'm glad we're coming into February. We're not racist. I'm not racist. I'm not white friends, and we got white coming to church. But it's very important that black people know who they are, and I'm very excited because I like to teach them. The real history of black did not start in 1590. our original history started. It actually started right there in the book that you got in your hand. That's where Black history started. Amen. Now, Deuteronomy chapter 28, start at verse number 1. So you see 1 through, I believe, 14, you'll see that there are some blessings in which God, Jesus, said that he'll give to the children of Israel if they obeyed and kept the covenant. But if they didn't keep the covenant, you'll start to see what happened to them. And you'll see throughout the Bible, from 15 on down, some of the things that happened, and I want to explain a few of them, and then I want to go straight to, spiritual leader where we are now. All right, read on.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee, and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flock of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shall thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shall thou be when thou goest out. The Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
Well, these are the blessings that was promised to Israel.
They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thy hand to do unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee. If thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, and walk in his ways.
So that's what he said. All this stuff will happen for you. And this is why Blacks in America are in this condition that we're in now. But we thank God that the 400 years is about us. Amen. So the things that Blacks in America went through is simply because the children of Israel did not break the covenant. But I want to show you that, in fact, that this is the children. I want you to go through, because people will tell you, and somebody very foolish on one of these social sites that are coming up against our teaching, very foolish, says that black people are the real white people, which doesn't make sense. I want to make sure I say that. I don't know where you get that messed from, but that's a lie. Black people are the real white people. Sounds foolish, man. Let me tell you this. Go to the book of Acts chapter 13. I'm going to tell you that the Hebrews are, in fact, the blacks in America. I want to tell you this and prove from the Bible. Acts chapter 13 and verse number 1. And also I want to tell you that the Jews, or the so-called Jews that are over there now, are not the right ones. Let me tell you that now. Go to Revelation chapter 2. And we've seen it before, but I want to walk you through it so I can show you where we are now, why this is a very important time, and a very important time for us to be, to watch. All right? Got it? I got it? 2 and 9, huh, read?
I know thy works.
I know thy works.
And tribulation. And poverty.
And poverty.
But thou art rich.
But thou art rich.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Wait. He said, I know the blasphemy of them that what?
Of them which say they are Jews.
They say they are,
But
but they're not. So the real Jews, in fact, now we know and people are finding out now who the real Jews are, but in fact, the real Jews, or the so-called Jews, they're the ones speaking that say I'm Jews. They wear a little thing on their head, and they all over the place talking to Jews, they're praying, and all this stuff with that thing on their head. And the Bible tells a man not to have his head covered when he get on stage. So we know that they can't be the God of their people. So you'll see this now. He said that the real ones, the ones that say they are lies. Huh?
that's why the synagogue of Satan.
So they from the synagogue of Satan. So in essence, whoever created these fake Jews, they come from a department from Satan. They're Satan's agents. Amen. Y'all with me? So the synagogue of Satan is like that's a church, a group of individuals that operate by Satan. So they put these individuals over there in Jerusalem because they took the real one. And the Bible talks about them taking the real one, and I'm going to tell you that the book of Deuteronomy is where they took them, and then I'm going to get to where the point I'm trying to make tonight. All right, let me get on the page. Two and nine,
But I see that I see. Then out of those things which thou shalt suffer, behold, the devil shall put you in prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation to
Go to 3 and 9. Revelation 3 and 9.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, going high.
Said, I will make them the synagogue where they say that they're Jews and they're what? They're not Jews. So there are people that out here claim themselves to be Jews and they're not Jews because they don't have a clue. And then a lot of them ain't really their fault because it was placed over there. Just like blacks in America, we was placed over here and called African Americans, and everybody right here, they had to take it off. Oh yeah, I'm African American. Oh yeah, I'm African American. But we were placed here and taught that. So is the ones over there that's over there in Jerusalem now, they were placed over there and taught that, and they call themselves Jews, they're not even Jews. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Right. They're really, the fake Jews are really out there capitalizing off of a lot of, they got a lot of networks. They got a lot of money, the fake, the so-called Jews, because of their lineage and what they've been taught. So you have a lot of them that are, they have a lot of them that are gaining different money and inheriting all this stuff because of the false belief system. Let me say something. I can show you that. I'm coming to you, Joel. I'll show you something. Go to Luke real quick. This is how they tap into all this money and all these fake Jews got all this money and all these benefits. I'm going to show you. The Bible says they taught a synagogue of faith. And I think we read the first. Go to Luke chapter 4. Luke chapter 4 and 5. Watch this. He said, I can give you these kingdoms, then I give you the power to them. A lot of these so-called Jews, they have a lot of power in that kingdom. Hallelujah. If you do your studies and listen to it, I actually let Brother Frankie listen to this so-called, he think he a Jew, and, he was talking about how much money they call the shekels, how much money they have, and, all this, that, and third. And they also talk about some of y'all little favorite place that I don't eat from it, but they talk about McDonald's and how they, what they do is they have a system here, and it's not for everybody, but it's real. And a lot of people say, oh, that's crazy, that's Russian, and all this stuff, but it's real. They have a system. When you see all these people missing in Walmart, all these black people missing in Walmart, they got something called organ harvesting. What they do is kidnap people and take their organs out, and then what they do with the body, they don't burn them. They grind them up and put them in patties, burgers, at McDonald's. So this guy, he admitted to it, and he said that we have told the masses of people, and they won't believe us. Nobody, I believe you. He didn't have to tell me twice. I heard about this years ago. The video was years old. It was an actual radio station, recorded radio station, and he was talking about this. And he said, we tell the masses of people, they don't care, they don't understand, so they just ignore us. So we continue to do what we want to do. We take their burgers, and they said just like that. So we put it in, we serve it to their children. Then we feed them their kids. I just need to this is real. It wasn't no setup. He was on a one-on-one, having a meeting, a conversation, he think he's a Jew, and all this other thing, which is crazy. What's the question? They own all. They own a lot of. They own all of that. Every bank in this world is ran by the so-called Jews. And then, of course, they're pushed to. They got more power than government because they can supply them the money. They control and this is why the Bible calls them. The Bible lines up perfectly. The Bible says they are the synagogue of what? Satan. So we know that Satan is go to second Corinthians. Hallelujah. Don't y'all love Bible study? Second Corinthians, watch this, chapter 4 and verse number 4. Watch this.
In whom the God of this world, hath blinded the minds of them which believe not.
Has blinded the minds of them that believe not. So we know that there's a God of this world. And the God of this world has a church, and he has a system. So if you're part of the synagogue of Satan, you have to have some money. That's how they run the government. They control it because they're part of the synagogue of Satan and they're connected to Satan. So if they connect to Satan, they're part of the synagogue of Satan, they're part of the God of this world. Hello. Somebody say hallelujah. So it's very important that we understand this. Now, let's go back to Deuteronomy. Let me show y'all that the blacks in America are in fact not African. Let me explain this now. When somebody comes from Canada, they're considered what? Canadian. But they're a part of America. They're part of the continent America, but they go by something else. Just like people in Africa. Africa is a continent, and you have countries in Africa. So everybody that comes from Africa is not African. So people make that up and say every black person is African. That ain't true. Amen. You got Ethiopians, you got Egyptians, you got Nigerians, you got all these different types of black people. Somebody say hallelujah. So what happens is that, the Hebrews actually, they came from Jerusalem and then they went to Africa. Amen. And then from Africa, they came over here to America, which is Egypt again, and that's what I want to talk about tonight. Now, go to the book of Deuteronomy, and start at, where you left off, 14? Yeah, chapter 28. All right, read it.
And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hands. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. Thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath.
Y'all see who he's talking to? He's talking to the children of Israel. He said, I want y'all, I want you to be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. He's talking to the children of Israel. He wasn't talking to everybody, but we do use that the scripture from a context perspective. But keep reading on.
If thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
if you don't hearken to the voice of God,
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake.
Now watch this. Now we're gonna look at some of these curses, and we're gonna see how parallel and good it is to what some of the blacks went through. I'll read.
Cursed thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy time, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he hath consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust, from heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
I watch this. This is one important one, huh?
And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away.
Now, when blacks were enslaved and they died or they was hanging on the tree, what do they become? Fowls from the air. You know how buzzards do, they don't care. They come to eat anything. So this is stuff that happens. They don't flip them over off of on the boat. They start flipping them over in the water. Watch this, read, huh?
And the Lord will smite thee with the box of Egypt, and with the emerald, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. The Lord shall smite thee with madness, and blindness, and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
Now, one of the main things that black people struggle with is diabetes, and it causes blindness.
Limbs will be cut off. A lot of black people, suffer from that, but that's a
Major thing in, for the black community, is the diabetes. Read, huh?
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Now, he said, thou shalt only be oppressed. Now, every since in America, it's hard for black people to get jobs, hard for you to go to school, all types. These are things it's called oppression. What oppression is the system that puts you in depression. So you see a lot of black people suffer with depression because of oppression. And oppression is simply to put you in a position so that you can be depressed. Of course we don't believe, men having long hair or stuff like that, but a brother go to a job with long dreads in his hair, they won't get a job. But Bobby coming in with a ponytail, he get a job. So what happens there is a system to where they put blacks in a position where they're oppressed, so we can't get ahead. Amen. But it's a curse. Watch this, read, huh?
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Now, when slavery was going on, if there was a black woman with her husband, the so-called master or Jimmy, whoever it was, would come down there and take that man's wife and sleep with her. And the brother couldn't do that. And y'all tell me this is the scriptures now. And tell me what type of people it happens to. Read, huh?
Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
How many houses did black people live in and they had to live in the fields while the so-called master lived in a house that they built? This is scriptures now. Watch this, read.
Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
How many vineyards, how many gardens did they have the blacks out there in the field and they didn't really reap anything from what they were doing? Watch this, read.
Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be vilely taken away from before thy face,
and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing with them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
So wait a minute. Now, during the time of slavery, you'll see a lot. What they used to do, y'all brothers, come on, give me a second. Y'all can't straight right.
So what they would do is they'll have. So what they would do is they would bid on the people like they were animals. They'll say, well, yeah, you have a whole family there. Let me get some of y'all young ladies. Come on, quick. Come on. All right. There you go. Come on. All right. I got four. Come on, sister. Come on. So they're going to mention an entire family. So what they would do is they say, you know what? Such and such, come here, Trayvon. Trayvon say, well, I want to buy this whole family. They say, I want to buy Journey. And Journey, you got to go away with him. And that's the daddy there looking at you like, I can't do that. So you take one of this guy. All right? Then you have, come here, Adrian. And Adrian said, man, he look like a big strong fella there. He probably could pick up some bricks and all that. Put him to work. That's what he said. I'm going to put him to work. So you're going to grab him. Now, it's the family. You're going to take him. Now, they're going to different cities and different states, you guys. All right, let's get somebody else. Come on, Tim. We got to buy these people. We got to get them online. Come on, get two lives. That might be a little racist. All right, so what happened is, so they'll pick how many they want. They'll bid on them, going to figure what. So this is the whole family. So they say, come on. Let me get, come on. Let me get through. Go ahead, get me one. You better take this for that. So what happened was, and this is the scripture. Now, what happened was they could take whoever they wanted, they'll bid on them, buy them, purchase them like they were pieces of property or like they were animals. They would bid on them. I got 100 for him. They said, no, I got 150. No, I got 200 for this one. So that family will be broken apart and you can't do nothing about it. Bible said your children will go away from you and you couldn't do nothing. Read.
The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
So he says, the labor is the work that you do in your hand, picking cotton. Watch this. Read it again.
The fruit of thy land, all thy labor, shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
So other people are going to eat off of your work. So we out there picking cotton and making these shirts and stuff like that and selling it to somebody else, you don't get no profit off of that. This is the Bible now. Fingers cut up, blisters all over the fingers. And the way they used to do it is if you would work for a certain amount of time and your bag of cotton got to weigh a certain amount. And if it didn't weigh a certain amount, you'll get beat. Even the kids. Amen. Y'all need to learn the history. Bible teaching. All right, read,
And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore box that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head.
You see a lot of black people have issues with their bodies, knees and stuff. These are curses that God has issued for our lineage because of their disobedience. But we thank God that in 400 years it's not us. Watch this read,
The Lord shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee.
All right, I want you to jump down to 48.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
So they were serving their enemies in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
And in want of all things.
And one of all things. We was in need. We wanted all these different things, but they wouldn't give us nothing. Now watch this,
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
Wait a minute. You remember yokes of iron being upon the necks of blacks? They even got pictures of our ancestors with yokes of iron. What they used to do was they'll have them chained up on the boat, and they'll have a yoke of iron around their neck, and they'll be chained up like this. And then you have some that would just be laid on top. They'll have it'll be thousands of blacks laid on top of each other. Can't use no bathroom or nothing. Just lay right on top of each other. If they got to use it, they got to fall on each other. That's what happened. That's what happened. They wasn't giving you you wasn't getting no restroom break. They just had everybody laid all out on top of each other. And a lot of times they would have some of the others in the bottom of the bottom of the boat with a chain of iron around their neck. Amen. Read,
The Lord shall bring a nation against
Now
thee.
this is what I want you to see. The Lord shall bring,
A nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Now he said, I'm just going to be a nation that comes from the other side of the world. Amen. And they are, it says, swift as the eagle flies. Now I want y'all to see something. When you look at your map, hallelujah, and you see, Israel was considered in the Middle East. The other side of the world would in fact be America. You look at it at the map, on the map. You look at it from the map, you'll see that, of course, on the east, over there, you have all, Asia, Europe, all those different things. And then on the west, the farthest of the west is, in fact, America. When you look at your map, because you got South America and you have North America. But the way that North America is, it's leaned over a little bit further, my God, than South America. So you'll see that it's the farthest of the other side of the world that you can go. Somebody shout hallelujah. So you'll see that it's the farthest. When you look at it from the map, you'll see that it's the farthest from the east to the west. You'll see that it's the farthest on the right, to the west. Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not
Now he
understand.
said, far from the end of the earth, so the other end would know that that's America, the end. There's no other going point. Once you leave America, you're going back over there to from back to the east, if you keep on going. But he says, as swift as the eagle flies. Now we know what country represents the eagle. So not only did he give you an indication of the distance, but he said that their indication of what they are the eagles. Hallelujah. Y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
And you have all your bald eagles out here in America. And it's so strange that even, it's crazy how God do things. Y'all know where dragons come from? Like different types of dragons? China. Those animals came from China, and it's amazing that the indication of that country is, in fact, a dragon. Somebody shout hallelujah. God got this thing set up now. Watch this. Now read, jump down to 68, and then I'm going to show you that these are the blacks that he was talking about. 68 verse,
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now, we know that Israel didn't get to Egypt in ships the first time. But he said, I'm going to let you go to Egypt again in a ship. Now, I want you to see that he's talking about a spiritual Egypt because this is a prophecy. Now, pull out anybody got a dollar? Pull out the dollar. Now, if you look at the back, y'all tell me what sense it makes to have a pyramid on the back of your dollar. Where does pyramids come from?
Egypt.
Why would it be on the back of the American dollar?
Because we spiritual.
Now, what you don't ever see is that it's two pyramids in one. You got a big one and you got a small one. The top one got an eye in it because it deals with spirit. So you have the spiritual Egypt with the eye, and then you have the regular Egypt that don't have the top on it, on the bottom. Now see that? So you got two pyramids in one, and don't make sense now. They so-called Americans over here. Why you got Egyptian pyramid on there? Y'all see that? And it also, you know, all your games when you play in a pool, you gotta why you gotta put the balls in the pyramid? Why you gotta what's the purpose of putting it in the pyramid? Now you can put it in squares, you could have put it in a big circle. Why you put it in the pyramid? Y'all talk to me here. And of course you got the color balls, and you know, we don't want to go too far into that, but you got the color balls and you got the white ball hitting all the color balls, and the last two balls standing is the what? White ball and black ball. And it's the job of the white ball to put the black ball in the hole. And we know that the pool table is set up like a pallbearer. You got when somebody's dying, you got two people at the end, two people in the middle, two people at the last spot. So it's set up like that. So of course the hole, in fact, is an indication of death. We got to put them in the hole. Somebody shout hallelujah. Y'all with me? So let me show you, he says, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake of thee, thou shalt see it no more. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondsmen and bondswomen, and no man shall buy you. Now, we'll show you that he's talking about, he's not talking about whites, but he's in fact talking about black folks in America. And I can show you that this is in fact spiritual Egypt. And then we're going to have some expectations on things. What I want to teach tonight is that when Israel was leaving Egypt, they had to get out of Egypt, there were plagues that happened. So you got to start expecting plagues to take place, hallelujah, for the freedom of Israel. Because we're in a spiritual Egypt, so we got to get out of that bondage. Amen. Watch this. Go to Revelation. Let me show you this verse. Go to Revelation. Y'all with me tonight? Y'all tuned in now. Revelation 11 and 8. Watch this.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
So whatever city is called, whatever city is spiritual Egypt is spiritual Sodom. So now we know that Sodom got destroyed for what? Homosexuality. And we know that in America now, what's going on? So we got it. We put two and two together. We know that spiritual Sodom, so they have the same thing going on. Spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom. Yes?
Someone wants to know who is King's father.
Who is his father?
$15 and $13.
And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years.
So he said that your seed gonna go, and for 400 years they're gonna be afflicted. So that was prophesied for the children of Israel in Egypt. Now, when the Bible said, go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 16, and then we're going to go to Exodus. And I want you to see, we're going to have to prepare whatever happens over there in Egypt. We need to make sure we're prepared here because it's the same system. So Egypt had plagues, then you got to look out, America will have plagues. That's right. Amen. And that blood moon is a starting sign. I want to show you that. But go ahead and read,
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He said, so now he's prophesied. Now we saw in Genesis chapter 15 and 13, he said that they're going to be in Egypt for 400 years. Then he said, now since y'all disobeyed me, I'm going to send you back in there. And during this time, you're going to go through, but it ain't going to be the Egypt there. It's going to have the same type of system. So America has the same system as Egypt did back then. When they had a pharaoh and, the government, how they had things. Go to Exodus real quickly. Exodus chapter 1. Now you see they had a pharaoh, and of course, Trump is in fact
like a pharaoh. He's like a pharaoh. You know, he's like the king over this particular country. So he's like a pharaoh. All right. Exodus chapter 1 and 1:1. Huh?
Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already.
Uh-huh.
And Joseph died, and all his brethren, all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
So what happened was, because the children of Israel was there, and they didn't really have understanding of who, while they was there, things were going well until Joseph died. Now, Joseph is, he was known as a what? What did he do? A dreamer. So he had dreams, and because he was a dreamer, and while he was there, his people got treated differently. Now, you got to understand, 1619, when slavery started over here in America, of course, in the late maybe 50s or 60s, there was another dreamer that came up, and because of him dreaming, it treated the blacks in America a different treatment. Anybody know who he is? Martin Luther. Certain control as far as when it comes down to water. And so we just saw that the moon turned into what? They call it a blood moon. So the moon turned into blood. Now watch the scripture. Go to Exodus chapter 7 and 17. Now the spiritual Egypt, you got to have similar things that happened during the time before they were about to go out. It's going to have to happen to them. All right, read this, huh?
Thus said the Lord, in this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood.
So he said the water was turned into blood. Yes. Exodus chapter 7 and 17. So the water was turned into blood, but when we had that Monday, it's a spiritual aspect of it, so you got to look at it in a different realm. So the moon turning into blood is almost an indication that the water can turn into blood. So now we looked at Genesis, earlier, chapter 1, and I believe it was 14. The Bible said he's going to start to show us signs when. And so God said, hit that. Now, these things will happen. Now, we know now it's going, now the water, and this is a good thing, and I'm glad we got so much water back there, praise God. Yes, but everything is, get some more water. Amen. Let me make this, I'm coming to you, Mike. Let me make this clear for Facebook and Instagram. I'm not telling y'all that the rapture is about to take place tomorrow, next month, next year. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is something about to happen. You better get to the water. Because they'll say that I told the saints that we need to make sure that you get the water because the rapture is taking place tomorrow. That ain't what I'm saying. What I am saying is that something's going to happen and you're going to need some water. I remember one time we were talking about it. It was a couple years ago when I first was like, man, I started getting water, and then I think in Augusta or somewhere close, the whole city, the water was messed up. They couldn't get the water. Everything was contaminated. And I'll show you from the Bible that the water will be contaminated, whether you believe it or not, because of the book of Revelation that talks about the water being contaminated. Let me show you this. Hallelujah. Look at somebody say, I thank God for the truth. Watch this. Chapter 8 and verse number 10.
And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the river, and upon the fountains of the water. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the water became wormwood, and many men died of the water because they were made bitter.
Wait a minute. So the water was messed up,
and people died from the water. Now, this is the revelation, so this is the after that. This is going to take place after the rapture, but this is to show you that something can happen to the water. Amen. Mike, you got a question? They already got control of it. Right. That's the control of economics. Yes. And that's control of the Bible now, because remember, go to Revelation chapter 16. 16 and 13. Watch this. Now, that's right. He's right. What he's saying is right. And they have to do that because they got a lot of with the Word of God. And people out here sitting around looking crazy like the Bible is wrong and it's false. You gotta find out what the Bible is. Come on, man. That's just an old story. Okay. You keep believing it's just an old story. Church be done raptured up out of here, and you start seeing them aliens from under the earth, and the aliens coming on this earth that the Bible talk about. People say, ain't no such thing as aliens. The Bible talk about aliens, and if you stuck down here on the earth, you're gonna have a visitation from one of them. So you can say, oh, aliens ain't real, the government playing real. You sit there and act like the Bible ain't real if you want. They act like the Bible talk. Matter of fact, where I got that down? Revelation 16, we're going to deal with that because I'm going to tell you about China. But go to Hebrews chapter 11 real quick. Hebrews chapter 11. First they got to understand they just one world. Y'all with me? I love Bible study. All right? Start at 1, huh? Hebrews 11 and 1.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the world...
Wait a minute. By faith we understand that the what? The world. World plural, not world singular, but world. So worlds do exist. So if worlds exist, and that means there's more than one type of creature. Now get a little bit more interesting. Go drop down to the 34th verse. Huh?
Quench the violence of fire.
Quench violence?
The edge of the sword.
Escape the edge of the sword.
Out of weakness were made strong, wet, valiant in fight, turned to fight the armies of the aliens.
Wait a minute. Turned to fight the armies of what?
The aliens.
Let your Bible say that.
My God.
So the Bible speaks about aliens, and people, they so crazy. Ain't no such thing as aliens. I'll show you one real quickly. Go to Revelation chapter 9. Let me show you what you'll look at. If you don't believe in aliens, sit down here and chill on earth, and don't be baptized in Jesus Christ, filled with the Holy Ghost, and lay down here and see what kind of aliens you see. Now, come on.
And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the skill of God in their forehead.
These people that will be left on the earth where the rapture takes place.
And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it. And shall desire to die.
gonna want to die. They're gonna see this stuff. They're gonna want to die, huh?
and that shall flee from them.
Uh-huh.
And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle.
Uh-huh.
And on their heads were as it was crowns like gold, and their faces were as faces of men.
Now wait a minute. You got a horse body with a man's face. Watch this. Read, huh?
And they had hair as the hair of a woman.
You got a man's face, woman's hair, and a body like a horse.
And their teeth were as the teeth of lions.
Now you got lion teeth. So you got lion teeth, man's face, hair like a woman, body like a horse.
And they had breastplates, and it were breastplates of iron. And the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many.
Wait a minute. So now they got wings. You got horses with wings, hair like a woman, man's face, and lion teeth.
And of many horses running to battle. And they had tails like unto scorpions.
And I got scorpion tails
And there were stings in their tails.
with stings in them.
And their power was to hurt men for 5 months.
So these are aliens that you're gonna start seeing that comes out of the pit from under the earth. So you got aliens under the earth that's gonna come out. Hallelujah. Then you got stuff from out of top that's gonna come down. Yeah. People would rather believe a lie than believe the truth. You tell somebody the truth, you tell somebody the truth, they're not going to believe what you say. Amen. Y'all with me? All right, what would you ask? Oh, so these are the things that's going to take place on the earth. People don't believe in them, but that's what it is. All right, now let's go back to Revelation chapter 16, 13.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
So these are, can you read it?
For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the
Spirits
earth.
of devils. So the dragons, those folks that operated out there in China, and now, I'm not saying that nobody in China can be saved. Make that clear. Because you have some people over there that believe. But, most of the people out there in China with that dragon stuff, they operate in the spirits of devils. Just like the Pope. He got the devil in him. He do. I'm serious. He look like he got the devil in him. But you look at, and you read the Bible, it says the false prophet and the beast and the dragon. So these 3 systems, they're going to have to work together with spirits of the devil. Yes. Yeah, because see, the Pope, I'm going to see the Pope, because he operates with the spirit of the devil, he thinks he's a god. Yeah, don't pray. You brought people out. Don't worry about that. You Catholic lie, and they do this type of preaching the Pope. Because, people are praying to the Pope, and he's going to hell, and yeah.
Can you explain the significance of the different temples?
Yeah, I can explain it. I'll explain off that. to deal with the topic. I got questions about the topic. We're dealing with our ability about the topic. All right. Where was that? Okay, yeah. So what Michael you were saying about it's the dragon's job to create this one world economic system. And so that's why you'll see that everything you pay for, the shoes that you buy, most cases, the shirt that you buy, it's made in what? Because they control the economic system. They control, even you look at little ATMs they got money in it, they made in China.
Yep. Everything.
Say it again?
It's made up.
One Belt, One Road. And they are imitation, they're the king of imitation. Chinese, the Asians, and the dragons, they're king of imitation. So, the imitation chicken, I ain't gonna talk about it. But now, I want to talk about dinner tonight.
And that's better than Chinese.
I want to talk about dinner. But listen, that was a while ago I was telling Cooper that in China, they're actually creating their own moon. They're creating their own moon so they can have, they said it's going to save energy, and they're going to create this moon to give off a certain sunlight at night. And so they want to see. They operate under the spirit of Satan, so everything that God creates, they have to create an alternative. Come on, shout hallelujah. We know that God created clouds and all these different things, but now you got iCloud on your phone, iCloud, and it's connected. It's like a source above. The way you look at it, makes it look like it's a source from above. So the enemy's job is to create different systems that try to be like. See, the Bible says that he want to be like the Most High. Hallelujah. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm out the way. Go back to Isaiah. Isaiah 14 and 14. These are the same people that are creating these robots. So the robots is to take place of humans. And I was watching a video with somebody, and the robots have their own mind. Me and Pastor Nick was looking at it. The robots have their own mind. So the mind of the robot, they were saying that, hey, my job is to make sure that the human species is extinct. Or I can't wait to take over the humans. Now, these computer systems, they are not being taught. Just like you can talk to Siri and she responds back, that's a computer. That's a robot. You can have a full-blown conversation with Siri. And whatever you need, she'll find it for you. Siri, look up Afghanistan on the map. Okay, Eli, I'll look up Afghanistan. Boom, shows up. So you can have hey Siri, how you doing today? I'm fine, how are you? How does the computer system know how to articulate properly to you? So they built these little, and I think I was telling y'all before that it wasn't like mainstream news, but a lot of the robots killed, about 30 people, 31 people, robots killed. And one of the robots was trying to, I watched the video, the robot was downloading something from the satellite so it could protect itself from being shut down. So it's a computer system, just like a computer, think about it. Your computer has something on it called a backup. So it automatically kicks in when it feels like it's about to be broken away. So that system, that's a computer drive that's placed in these robots, if you try to shut them down, they'll feel like they can come back up. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what is that? Eagle Eye? Eagle Eye. Or Eagle Eye, one of the robots, something like that. One of them, but what they were showing you is where we're already here, it just hasn't been exposed yet. That's why they're doing all these tests with all these different robots and tests with all these different computer systems, tests with all this stuff like that, because that computer world is taking, if you believe it or not, believe it or not, the computer world has already taken over.
I don't even know.
The computer world has already taken over. When you remember back in the day, for a little register, you just used to press numbers underneath the cash out. Now you can press them, they got all types of stuff on the screen, and everything transmitted, downloaded, uploaded, all these different things on the computer. It's just like your phone. Back in the day, you just flip it over to the clothes.
Hello.
What you say? Close it down. But now, you know, the phone, listen. Now, y'all can be honest in here. Y'all play like y'all deep tonight if y'all want. But if y'all lose this little piece, this little phone right here, you lose your mind. Don't lie about it now. If you thank you. Somebody with me. If you lose this phone, you'll go crazy. You'll start fumbling. It's worth, you know, if you lose your keys, you'll be frustrated. But if you lose that phone, it's a different type of frustration. Now your keys you got the house keys, your garage, your car, your job. You know, you think about that like, all right, well I can just get no time. But something happened to that phone? Come on, y'all be honest tonight. So the computer system has taken over. That's right. It really take over. So as soon as your phone if they get to 5%, you man.
Let that guy down.
I gotta find an outlet. Anybody got a charger? I need a charger. Hey, charger. Hey, oh my God, I need a charger. I gotta plug this thing up.
I need that charger.
Y'all be honest. Yes, Joe. I'm coming to you. So the computer world is definitely taking over. They're already in process of it, and it's coming. But it's a time. It's time. Yes. The computer, y'all think people over here in America, listen, I'll be honest with you. My thought process, I can't build no phone. It ain't even, you know, I can't even, you know, I don't know how to, you know, I'm just not that gifted, I guess. I just can't. I don't know, but a lot of these technological devices, technology, it comes from over there in the Middle East. And the Middle East is controlling, they control everything. They control your gas. The gas that you pump in your car, Middle East control. Yes. Before. And when I was working for what was that, Arby's, one of the companies I was working for, People Crystals. You sign in, you just put the thumb on it. Upload it. I'm coming. Yes. Yep. So, and this computer world, I'm talking to you, right? But see, this computer world, it's really taking over, and it's a sign of the end time. It shows that this is where we're coming to. Yes. And I got information about, I don't know about anybody that uses Android or not, but they have wrapped in the battery is wrapped inside of like a foil looking thing, but inside of there is a monitoring device. And they put on there, just like iPhones. I had to, when you have your location on, it'll show where you've been at, how long you've been there, when you left there. It's a history. And so everything about where you've been, what, they don't say what you were doing, but I'm pretty sure they know because they got that phone, everything. Phone tap, everything. It's a computer world. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, and that's the scary thing. I remember this, I think I told my mother this a couple years ago. When you go home or whatever, you go to work and you look up your back, and it says it takes you an hour, 45 minutes to get home. I mean, why you know I look like? So, yeah, so the computer, tell you something, this computer's smart, yes. Can I ask you a question? That's me, yeah. Every day. I see. And that's why when you download the application, it says, do you allow this to be accessed? And it says, do not allow, or it says yes, or so, something like that, yes.
It said in the Bible, there's a text about the quantum computer man away in G113.
G113? Does it talk about quantum waves?
Yeah, that's the computer name.
Say it again, a computer's name?
Wave.
All right, what is that? What do you think about that? All right, go to Isaiah 14:14, and I'll be back to that one.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
So you see that the devil's job is to be like what? Be like him. Not be him, but he wants to be like him. Amen. All right. So, and I'll get to that question. I'll get back to it. But, yes. Exactly where you're going. That must be a new phone. Mine will just say you get it in work, but if it tell you where you're going, that's it's like they understand your emotion. They have enough information to know. Just think about this now. Think about this. If you have this type of information just by now, this is just your phone by itself. This is a computer phone. Think about the computer that they're creating to be able to be intellectually smarter than you. Amen. AI, artificial intelligence. And what it's artificial, which means that it's it's not authentic, but it's the same intellect. It's a creative mind. And that's why you have these new robots, and I'm about to close, but this is why you have these new robots that you can download, or they have bodies now, you can download your membrane in. Mm-hmm. So they'll take your membrane and put it in a body that's immortal. And it'll have your personality, your thoughts, whatever you can buy you a body to live in. And that's why that's why this robotic, this computer system right now is you want to pay attention to what's going on. I'm coming to yes. And the crazy thing is, I'll tell y'all this. The crazy thing is, you can tell people that clones exist, and people won't believe it. They'll say, man, that's crazy. Why would you need a clone? Why would they have a clone? If the devil's job is trying to be like God, and think about this. What was the first thing what is the angels jealous of? What God created. And God created man. So it's the devil's job to create his own man. So that's why you have robots. And this is why you have all these different, this is why you have all these new beings These two creatures. It's real. It's not no hocus pocus or, hey, you know, this may be this or this may be that. I'm coming to you. Yes. Absolutely. That's why the artificial intelligence is more of a hate thing. So you see, they already hate humans because they can't be like us. So that's why Lucifer hates God, because he can't be God. Amen. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. They're throwing it in the food. They're throwing the meat. They cloning chickens, they cloning turkey legs, they clone everything. Whatever you want to clone, they're cloning for you. Cloning cows, everything. So you'll see that there's a lot of cloned food. And you got to be careful with that as well. Yeah. That was real. Yeah. And that's from, that's from cloning and from steroids and all those different things like that. So let me give y'all these last two scriptures and I'll let y'all go. All right. Go back to, I gave y'all Revelation 8:10 where it talks about, go back to Exodus chapter 8 and 1 and 7, go to 7 and finish 7:17, and then we're going to take a couple more questions. And those people, make sure they got my number. We can have another Bible study. I just want to make sure I actually get time to these questions. Amen. Yes.
Thus said the Lord, in this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in mine hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thy hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both the vessels of wood and the vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so as the Lord commanded, and he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were in the river in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood.
All right, so, and these are some different plays that are going to take place. But I want y'all to, when you have time to read through Exodus and kind of figure out those different things that's going on, because, and this is how you know that this is the year, it's the 4th of the year, and all this stuff is about a lot of things that are taking place. And it's a good thing for us because we're coming out of some things. But just think about it. Out of 400 straight years, when did they ever have a government shutdown that started in the beginning of the year and then been extended? Never done. Never. In history. Amen. So these things, and then like I told you on Sunday, if this thing now, TSA not getting paid right now. You know what TSA is, right? The people that work for the airport. So they're not getting paid. So a lot of them are calling out sick, a lot of them not going to work. So what's going to happen is people are going to start getting stuck in different places and won't be able to get back to their life. It's going to cause a lot of chaos. A lot of chaos. And this is signs of the time. And Trump, let me tell you something about Trump. That nut don't care what happens. He don't care. In his eyes, he's like, man, if it takes a year, if y'all don't give me my wall, we're going to be in a government shutdown for the entire year. And because he don't care. All he wants, and he's under that Pharaoh spirit. He don't care. That's how Pharaoh was. He didn't care. He said, you know what? And that's another thing I'm coming to. This is another thing that Pharaoh did in the time that we're living in now. Especially see that blood doing that just happened. But also, a lot of black men are dying now. And it's still, you know, they've been killing black men the whole time, but it's getting a little bit more magnified now. Yes.
I had a question that is that water can be restored so like bottled water, all the water.
Well, it's going to be if the water turns to blood, it's going to be the source of the water. So they're not going to bottle it up if it's not the source. So if it's the source, it's like say for instance, you know, they're at Niagara Falls getting water. If that gets blood, they're not going to bottle it. So it's not, or if you have water in the bottle already and the water out there gets turned into blood, or the water out there gets infected, the water that you have in the bottle is still the same. You know what I'm saying? So the water that we already have, if something happens to the water out there, the water we have is good. Amen. And so some of y'all brothers, how many brothers we got here tonight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're gonna go to Walmart, and I'm gonna buy a whole shelf of water. I'm gonna buy all the water they got in there. I'm buying today. Yes, I'll get y'all help. I'm gonna buy all the water they got in Walmart, the whole bottom part. Then we went to Walmart the last time. I'm gonna buy every bit of water they got in Walmart. They're gonna say, man, what's going on? They're gonna figure it out. Amen. I'm serious. I need all y'all brothers up. I'm going to Walmart. Food service over. I'm taking a trip to Walmart. I'm buying all the. We're going to the big Walmart, all right? We're going to buy all the water. We might need the trailer or something. I'm serious. I'm buying all the water in there. Every case of water I'm buying. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah. Well, it's a partial shutdown right now. But when they have a full government shutdown, police officers not getting paid, firefighters, EMS not getting paid, everybody trying to work and they ain't getting paid. You'll have some, people volunteer for a little while, but after a while, you ain't getting your family, your home start going to foreclosure because you're not getting paid. You're going to find you another job. So you're going to see a lot of chaos. If this government continues to be shut down, and they do a full government shutdown, you got to think about it, man. There's a lot of different types of, there's a lot of different types of entities that the government provides jobs. So if they're not getting paid, everybody's going to start quitting. Yes. Who that? Well, he's crazy. He don't care. He has a secret, Secret Service, they have to, they make a vow to protect, protect the that's the last thing. Anything I can say. But yeah, they're in a different area of money. When you work for the federal, a different, So you get it's a different effect on it. All right, any other questions? Yes.
When I went to the doctor, I go to cancer patients over there, and even with the cancer shutdown, some of the patients were having a problem with their teenagers and patients because the people on the other line were telling them that it was going to shut down, and that they couldn't access their information to let them know that they had the insurance to go to get their information.
So this has to happen. See, let me give you this last scripture. Let me give you this last one. Go back to Revelation chapter 4. This last scripture. Revelation chapter 6. He said that's the last scripture a couple times. That's all that says. That's all I was doing about it. All right, watch this. 6 and go to where it says that the red horse. Go to the red horse. 6 and what is that? 6 and 4? All right, 6 and 4.
And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
So this is the jail where that we living in. The president that's controlling, or the person that's over this red horse, is here to take peace from the world, or from the earth. So you see, everything he's doing is going to affect a lot of people here and there, and everywhere. Amen. Any other questions? Any other questions? Questions? Anybody got questions up there?
Yeah. They said
Pertaining to what we're talking about.
in the Yeah, in the book of Enoch, talks about a Sophia. Is this the robot that had the citizenship?
Well, we don't study out of the book of Enoch because that's a lost book.
Amen.
And we believe that lost book
Are
is
lost.
not for the people that are found. Amen. So we look at these 66 here. This is the one we read out of.
Yes, sir.
So we don't deal with the book of Enoch. So we don't teach out of it. We don't preach out of it. But this 66 here, this is the one that we teach out of. And if you have any questions about this one, I can help you. I can help you with the book of Enoch, but I'll study out of it. Amen. Any other
The
questions?
book of Enoch said that robot?
All right.